Hello everyone, I'm academician Dr. Lilia. Welcome to Science and Me YouTube channel. The mission of my channel is to introduce you to popular science and to create a popular science encyclopedia on YouTube. We are back with an interesting popular science video. I would be very happy if you support me by subscribing to my channel and writing a comment. If you are ready, let's start the video. Cannibalism. The act of one human consuming the flesh or organs of another human has occurred throughout history and across different cultures for various reasons. While cannibalism is considered taboo in most societies today and is illegal in many places, it has been practiced for a variety of cultural, ritualistic, survival, and pathological reasons. Scientific analyses on the history of cannibalism have shed light on these different aspects of the practice. Scientific analyses of the history of cannibalism have found that it is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon. Cannibalism has been documented in societies all over the world and throughout human history, and it has been practiced for a variety of reasons, including survival, warfare, ritual, and famine. Some of the earliest evidence of cannibalism comes from archaeological sites in Europe and Asia, dating back to over 100,000 years ago. These sites show that Neanderthals and early Homo sapiens were both practicing cannibalism, suggesting that it is an ancient human behavior. Cannibalism has also been documented in many historical societies, including the ancient Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, and Celts. In some of these societies, cannibalism was practiced as a form of ritual sacrifice, while in others it was used as a punishment for criminals or as a way to survive during times of famine. In the modern era, cannibalism is relatively rare, but it has still been documented in some cases. For example, during the Second World War, there were reports of cannibalism among Japanese soldiers who were stranded on remote islands. And in the 1980s, the American serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer was convicted of killing and eating 17 men. One of the most comprehensive studies of cannibalism was conducted by anthropologist Marvin Harris in the 1960s. Harris examined evidence of cannibalism from over 150 cultures and found that it was most common in times of famine or warfare. He also found that cannibalism was often associated with religious or ritualistic practices. More recent research has confirmed Harris's findings and has also shed light on the motivations behind cannibalism. For example, a 2014 study found that cannibalism was practiced by Neanderthals as a way to dispose of their dead. The study also found that cannibalism may have helped Neanderthals to survive during periods of food scarcity. Another study, published in 2017, found that cannibalism was practiced by some cultures as a way to gain revenge or to intimidate their enemies. The study also found that cannibalism was sometimes used as a form of punishment or to assert dominance over others. One of the most significant findings from scientific research on cannibalism is that it is a complex behavior with multiple motivations. Cannibalism can be motivated by a variety of factors, including survival, warfare, ritual, and famine. In some cases, cannibalism may be motivated by a combination of factors. For example, during times of famine, people may resort to cannibalism to survive. However, even in times of famine, not everyone will practice cannibalism. This suggests that there are other factors that motivate cannibalism, such as cultural norms and individual psychological factors. Another significant finding from scientific research on cannibalism is that it can have a number of negative psychological and physiological effects. For example, people who practice cannibalism may experience feelings of guilt, shame, and fear. They may also develop mental health problems such as post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and depression. Additionally, cannibalism can pose a number of health risks. For example, eating human flesh can transmit diseases such as Kuru, a prion disease that is similar to mad cow disease. Overall, scientific analyses of the history of cannibalism have shown that it is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon. Cannibalism has been practiced for a variety of reasons, and it can have a number of negative psychological and physiological effects. While cannibalism is no longer common, it does still occur in rare cases. For example, there have been reports of cannibalism during wars and genocides in recent decades. There have also been a few cases of cannibalism committed by individuals with mental health disorders. Overall, scientific analyses on humans' history of cannibalism have revealed that it is a complex phenomenon with a variety of motivations. Cannibalism was most common in the past when people were faced with extreme circumstances, such as famine or warfare. However, it has also been practiced for religious or ritualistic purposes, and as a way to gain revenge, intimidate enemies, or assert dominance. Here are some additional insights from scientific analyses on humans' history of cannibalism. Cannibalism is most common in times of extreme food scarcity. Cannibalism is often associated with religious or ritualistic practices. Cannibalism can be used as a way to dispose of the dead. Cannibalism can be used as a way to gain revenge or intimidate enemies. Cannibalism can be used as a form of punishment or to assert dominance over others. Cannibalism is no longer common, but it does still occur in rare cases. It is important to note that cannibalism is a taboo in most societies today. It is also illegal in most countries. Archaeological evidence. Archaeological findings provide significant insights into the history of cannibalism. Researchers have uncovered human remains with signs of butchery and consumption, such as cut marks on bones and evidence of cooking. One well-known example is the case of the Neanderthals, where some evidence suggests that they may have practiced cannibalism, possibly for nutritional or ritualistic reasons. Paleoanthropology. Paleoanthropologists study the dietary habits of early humans and hominins. Through the analysis of teeth and bone chemistry, researchers can determine what our ancestors ate and how they obtained their food. This research helps reconstruct the dietary habits of early humans and identify instances of cannibalism. Forensic anthropology. In forensic anthropology, experts analyze human remains in modern cases to determine whether cannibalism occurred. This involves examining bone and tissue samples for signs of dismemberment, cooking, or other forms of human consumption. These findings can be crucial in solving criminal cases and understanding the motivations behind cannibalistic acts. Historical and cultural studies. Anthropologists and historians have explored the cultural and societal contexts in which cannibalism occurred. Some cultures, such as the Fore people in Papua New Guinea, practiced cannibalism as part of their mortuary rituals. In these cases, researchers seek to understand the cultural significance and beliefs that led to cannibalistic practices. Pathological and psychological research. Some cases of cannibalism can be attributed to mental health disorders or extreme situations, such as those experienced by survivors of plane crashes or extreme isolation. Psychologists and psychiatrists have conducted studies to better understand the psychological factors that may drive individuals to engage in cannibalism. Ethical considerations. Ethical and moral questions surround the study of cannibalism. Researchers must navigate sensitive issues, respecting the dignity and cultural beliefs of the individuals involved, especially in historical or indigenous contexts. It's important to note that while cannibalism has occurred throughout history, it is a rare and often extreme behavior. Most societies have strict taboos against it, and it is generally considered morally and legally reprehensible in contemporary times. Scientific research on cannibalism aims to provide insights into the circumstances and motivations behind these rare occurrences, rather than condone or justify the practice.